Hey, how's it going? No, nobody's here yet. I am streaming early. Alright. Gonna warm up on sketches before I get started. Open up a new one. Just for practice sketches. Since we're listening to the Chrono Trigger soundtrack, might as well, you know, let me turn down the volume just a wee bit more. My practice drawing Frog from Chrono Trigger. Never finished the game, but I've played it like several times. It's just a moment of like, hey, I need to actually sit down and draw, but let me just do a sketch of Frog. Frog was always one of my favorites from Chrono Trigger. I'm sorry. I was talking about Chrono Trigger, I mean like I need to sit down and actually finish the game for once. Because it is a fantastic game. And I wish they would bring it over to modern platforms. I try to position it so I can still see the chat, but I can also look at reference. Let's see. Okay, found a good, very dynamic pose. Let's see. And this one's just gonna be pretty much a study. But let's see. Like I'll probably do like a serious like Chrono Trigger like drawing, but this is just not gonna be it. Figured it'd be best to start like do a practice, sketches, and start off with Chrono Trigger, warm up my drawing pad, like my drawing hand. How is everybody doing, by the way? Oh, and also, this is a remix of the Chrono Trigger soundtrack. I have the link to the soundtrack in the description below if anybody wants to check that out. Yeah, I really want this to be more of just, at least for what I'm drawing, I want this to be a very Akira Toriyama you know, centric one, because I know I've like gotten multiple tweets on Twitter just showing my love for my respects, pay my respects and show my love for Akira Toriyama, but I really wanted to do something on the channel. I might do like an actual dedicated video later on, but figure I'd at least do tonight's stream dedicated to Toriyama. I might do my own take on Frog, play around. I'm usually good at the profile view. I don't know what this is called, but I'm calling it a mustache. If that's what you call it. And like I said, this is just more of a practice thing before I get back to my main drawing. I'm also going to be recording some of it. Hey Gigi, how you doing? Just working on some practice sketches before I get to work on the main piece. Everything's going to be dedicated to Akira Toriyama tonight. Rest in peace. Doing good? Good to hear. Let's see. Yeah, this what I'm currently sketching is Frog from Chrono Trigger to kind of go along with the music that's being played right now. And if you want to hear the soundtrack, or at least know where it's from, this is a remix. I have the link in the description of the stream, so go ahead and check it out. Yeah, this is just more of like my own take on the character. And I'm sure you've heard, Gigi, that Godzilla Minus One did win the Oscars. I think that is a very historic moment. Give him a bit of a short body. Yeah. I mean, I feel like everybody's heard at this point. But still, like, I know the Oscars are just, they're whatever. But at the same time, it's still nice to, that Godzilla won an Oscar after 70 years. I was very happy to hear about it. Yeah, I mean, a lot of us Godzilla fans were. Funny thing is, I'm actually kind of liking how the sketch is coming out. So I might work on it a bit more later on and make it something official, but for now, this is just like I said, a practice sketch. By the way, Gigi, I'm sure you've heard about Akira Toriyama's news, his passing. Um, are you a fan of Akira Toriyama by any chance, or know of his work? Yeah, like for example, Akira Toriyama, he did the character designs for Chrono Trigger. You know, yeah, and like Akira Toriyama's art style is just written all over Chrono Triggers, but he's most famously known for the creating Dragon Ball. Also, let me know if the music's too loud or not, or if I'm too loud or anything. What are some of your pleasant memories of Toriyama works? I mean, like, here's the thing, like, I feel like part of me, I kind of took Akira Toriyama for granted, but he was a very, like, his work was like, the music's fine, okay, good. Um, like specifically Dragon Ball was definitely a big part of my childhood, and actually throughout my life, Dragon Ball has played somewhat of importance as, that's how I was able to connect with many of my friends from college, high school, was through um, our shared mutual love for Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. So I would say, like, one of my favorite memories is just, how, like, the memories of just, know, Dragon Ball bringing me and my friends together would probably be the biggest one. But I also remember when I was like a very little kid, like some of my very earliest memories as a kid was watching Dragon Ball on TV. So, getting, staying up late and catching some Dragon Ball, that was really cool. Yeah. And while in like recent years I've sort of like fell out of, I wouldn't say fell out of, but I wasn't like really keeping up with Dragon Ball. Like I haven't watched any of Super aside from Dragon Ball Super Broly. I still haven't yet seen Superhero. But what I mean is like, it's not that I wasn't like not interested or anything, but it's more of just like, oh, I'll get to it later, But yeah, when the news of his passing, hit me, like when I first saw it, I was like, I didn't expect it would affect me as much as it has, honestly. Really enjoyed waking up on Saturdays to watch DBZ when I was a kid. Yeah. Yeah, because I remember also watching DBZ Kai when I was in like in my teenage years, catching that on Nicktoons. And of course DBZ Abridged, I was a big fan of it back in the day. But yeah. I also remember playing some of the Dragon Ball games with my friends. Yeah. And of course, I remember playing Chrono Trigger. I remember going out to GameStop to buy a used DS copy. Oops, sorry. Excuse me. So I can play the DS version of Chrono Trigger on my 3DS at the time. Well, I still need to go and finish Chrono Trigger. I still think it's like one of the best games out there. And I'm glad the PC version has been fixed from what I can tell. I know at launch that was not the greatest. Let's see, we're gonna duplicate layer. So I can erase all that, but not. I can always go back to the old drawing if I need to. Like that. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. Whoops. Yeah, I'm kind of pleased how this sketch turned out, that I might just go ahead and finish it up at a later time. There's still like a lot of tweaking I need to do, but yeah, no, for a warm-up sketch, I'm pretty pleased how this turned out. gonna take a quick drink. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Also, very fitting that frog scene would be playing right now. Yeah, I think I'll go back and work on this later time. By the way, apparently today was also Chrono Trigger's 29th anniversary. So again, Akira Toriyama not being here for the anniversary, it stings. Alright. Now here's the main piece that I was working on. I started on last night. I wanted to get it done for Mario Day, but that didn't happen. But yeah, this is Arale from Dr. Slump, which I just recently started reading. I love it, and there's so many tokusatsu and kaiju references in Dr. Slump that I highly recommend you go check it out. Like, I might do a video about Dr. Slump, or like maybe because I also think I might do like a general like Akira Toriyama like tribute video outside of the stream, like a more dedicated one. But yeah, I might talk about all the like tokusatsu references and whatnot in his works. Maybe not all of them, because like I said, with like Dr. Slump, it's so many. Like, but in Dragon Ball there was some, like we all know of Baby Gamera, who Master Roshi took a ride on back in Dragon Ball. But yeah, I need to get my references back. I need to fix up Mario right here. Mario's just a wee bit angry at Arale for stealing his clothes. But I mean, Arale's like so innocent-minded, you can't really get mad at her. Gigi, if you're still here, what's your favorite episode of Dragon Ball? Or favorite Dragon Ball movie? I guess an episode might be a bit too specific, but maybe like favorite story be, because I'll be honest, I don't think I could even name off my favorite episode, but I can probably share some of my favorite moments. Let's see. I'm so happy last night. Like, me from last night, I made this into a separate layer just because I need to fix up Mario pretty badly. I just remembered there's actually a great reference of what I needed. Um, right, Mario Odyssey. Yeah, because I almost forgot that Mario has swim trunks, and I need Mario in his undies. I think one of my favorite moments was the Trunks special. Oh yeah, the history of Trunks was great. Like definitely, like that special is definitely top tier. I mean, Trunks in general is just one of my favorite characters from Dragon Ball. Specifically Future Trunks. Oh, hang on. Sorry about that. I thought I heard someone in the background, but yeah, no, History of Trunks, that was great. I need to rewatch it. I met you on Twitter that I need to like go back and like re-up my Crunchyroll subscription so I can go through Dragon Ball again. Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. And even GT, I'll admit. I have a bit of a soft spot for GT. Um, yeah, and the reason why I say I need to like re-up my subscription is because while I do have Dragon Ball Z on DVD, they are the orange bricks. And if you know anything about the home media release of um, Dragon Ball, the orange bricks are like one of either the worst or the second worst. Because I did hear the season Blu-rays somehow were even worse than the orange bricks, which honestly kind of impressive. But yeah, and then I only own season one of the blue bricks of OG Dragon Ball. Those weren't too horrible. I mean, again, they're not great, but not as bad as the orange bricks, so I kind of want to get the rest of those. But outside of that, I really want to reread, or not reread, I want to read for the first time um, the original Dragon Ball manga. Like, but first, I'm reading through both Dr. Slump on the Shonen Jump app. That's how I'm reading it. And then I'm reading Akira Toriyama's Manga Theater. Once I'm done with Manga Theater, that's when I'm going to start reading Dragon Ball. I already started collecting the new Vizbag editions of Dragon Ball. Which you know, like, which are basically, you know, like omnibuses, you know, 3-in-1 type of, you know, sets, or not sets. That's what you describe DVDs, not books, but like collection, I guess. I have volume 1, so the first 3 volumes of Dragon Ball, and I think I'm gonna start collecting those, but I do hope that eventually down the road I can get the box set. for both Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, the manga box sets. Because here's the thing, there's like pros and cons for each of them. Like the pro for the Viz Big Dragon Ball is that the art quality is fantastic, and there's actually color pages, you know, that look really nice. You know, so the print quality is fantastic. The art looks amazing, but the biggest flaw is that there's censorship. You know, like some very unnecessary censorship, like Bulma, instead of giving, you know, peel off the middle finger, she's using her pointer finger. It's censorship when it messes with the art. That's when I take issue. That's when I start to take some serious issue with censorship. And the thing about, sorry. Yeah, I'm going to be playing around with Mario a bit, just because I'm going to be like, I don't know, try to blend a couple of styles together. But yeah, the thing about the box set or the single volumes is that while it's not, the print quality's not as good, and it's still good, but not as good as the new, like, Big Viz, like, 3-in-1 editions. And there's no color pages. There is less censorship, and I want to get the box set simply because that's the fastest and probably cheapest way of getting all three of, you know, or not, sorry, I don't even know why I said the number 3, but getting all the single volumes. But I need to focus on making money first so I can make those things happen. Hopefully this month or next month I can actually start working on that. Because while I am getting paid, you know, through my theater job, you know, it's enough to care. You know, I don't exactly have a lot of spare money with the little hours I work in my theater job. So I really do need to get in gear with getting some, like, start selling some art and whatnot, especially with tax season happening right now. Let's see. One of the moments that like stand out to me as a kid, like when I first watched Dragon Ball, like one of the episodes that like really stood out to me was like during the first arc or first couple arcs, and it's the episode where Gohan befriends a dinosaur. That episode like is one of the first episodes I remember. One of my favorite characters also is Piccolo. In fact, I think that's like one of the first character names I remember. Like, I like ever remember the name of. Like I'm never good with names, especially when I was a kid, but Piccolo was the first like character that I kind of just remembered by name, you know. Piccolo is such a cool name, like character. Who's your favorite Dragon Ball character? I think I think I need to not worry about the details right now and just focus on the shapes. Or maybe if I start on the face. Gohan, solid choice. Because Gohan definitely has like a really good character arc. And Mario doesn't need to be perfect. I just need him to... Oh yeah, cursed Mario. Oh no, that looks like he's smiling. I need some... Cursed Mario is Mario without a mustache. Don't worry. We will give Mario his mustache. Well, now he's still bald, but it's not as bad as bald and without a mustache. Give him a bit more of a... There we go. Gotta go back to references real quick. Now, what are your thoughts on the Great Saiyaman? Oh, I really enjoyed the panel work of his manga works, and the man definitely enjoyed foreshortening. Yeah, no, like his panel work and composition are just stellar. Like the man had a talent for sure. like I said, I'm like reading a lot of his like non-Dragon Ball work right now. You know, mostly the early stuff at the moment, which is like Dr. Slump and Volume 1 of Manga Theater, which Manga Theater is just a collection of his one-shots, and Volume 1 is the like sort of the early years, you know, like which includes before and during the times he was working on like Dr. Slump, which Dr. Slump was Toriyama's real first moneymaker. People might not know that. And something I didn't even really know until, you know, everything that happened recently. Until I started doing a bit more research, and I kind of regret, you know, sort of, like I feel like I sort of like took for granted, you know, Akira Toriyama when he was alive. You know, always kind of putting off his work until later because it's just like, don't get me wrong, I think I never thought he wasn't like a fantastic artist before or anything, and I definitely, like I mentioned, Dragon Ball was a huge like part of my life, but I never really explored his work outside of Dragon Ball and Chrono Trigger. You know, so it's sort of like this bittersweet moment. It's like, yes, I'm finally um, exploring Toriyama's like other works, but it only happened after he passed away. And oh, got an error. Let's see. I think the internet's taking a poop. Hopefully the stream gets back up and running soon. Sorry if everything is buffering or whatnot. Sometimes my internet can be wonky, but thing is, like, on my side OBS, everything's running green. Hopefully it corrects itself. Only just recently started having these issues when I've increased the bit rates. Oh, yep, there it goes. It fixed itself. And we're back. Yeah, it's like... Yeah, now we're in excellent stream health, so... I'm gonna retweet my live announcement on Twitter. Because now it's getting closer to when I normally start the streams. Alright, now I can get back to working on this. I have so many Google tabs open right now, it's ridiculous. I did find the reference of shirtless Mario, so it's all good. Also, Mario is very angry. And honestly, if Arale wasn't causing mischief, this would not work out. I could just... draw the steam later. That's not an important detail. The foot is, though. Maybe what I need to do is draw his body first. Mario has very cartoonish proportions, so thankfully I'm not going with a very realistic approach. And also the reason why I'm like teaming up Arale with Mario is because Dr. Slump with Arale influenced a lot of... It actually had a lot of influence, especially on Mario. Like, Mario's entire run, you know, this like running pose, that was from Arale, that was from Dr. Slump. So Toriyama, you know, actually had influence on Mario. Like, that's the crazy thing about... Oh. Anyway, sorry, saw something happen. You know, that's like the thing, you know, it's like... Let's see. His body section off like this. Is that it's like, even if Akira Toriyama didn't directly work on something, there's a good chance that he, at the very least, influenced it. Like I said, Mario, there's a lot of aspects about Mario that was influenced by Toriyama's work with Dr. Slump. Like I mentioned, Arale's run, heck, the wing cap was probably from Dr. Slump and Arale. Heck, the Tanuki suit was definitely inspired by Arale. If you watch the you know, like if you just go watch like the opening of Dr. Slump, which you can find on YouTube, you'll see the like you'll definitely see the Tanuki suit. However, we're getting near the end of this song playlist. That's fine. I can either restart or play something else. Anyway. Well, I never really looked towards Toriyama for direct influence. I guarantee his art style has played some sort of influence on my work subconsciously. Just because it's like that good. I mean, like, something I really admire with Akira Toriyama's like work is his mechanical work especially. I full on admire his mechanical work. But yeah, I feel like I'm gonna just start looking at Toriyama's work a bit more and getting some more influence. I just honestly, I wouldn't think Toriyama's passing would affect me as much as it is. I remember the other day I was listening to Dragon Soul in the car on my way to the gym, and I was getting a little emotional, not gonna lie. Sorry, I'm just looking up reference real quick. There we go, that's a good reference. See. That is not enough lines for... Mario has more toes than that. He has he has 5 toes, so... There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Guy had his little nipples. YouTube, don't censor me. Don't cut off my stream, please, for adding 2 dots. That would be embarrassing. I'm not going to get super detailed with the hands. I don't need to. Yeah, because ultimately, I mean, look, the hands aren't going to be like the most important detail there. By the way, I'm hoping to last till maybe 8 o'clock. Or a little before 8 because apparently Matt Frank is going to be streaming, you know, some art. I want to catch that, so... Sometimes it's best to just break things up into its shapes. There we go. Alright, looks like the soundtrack's done. Yeah, he's streaming tonight. He posted it on his Twitter. Apparently he's going to be streaming both on Twitch and on YouTube. Or at least that's what he said last time I checked his Twitter. We don't need this line. Yeah, it looks like the soundtrack's done. Let's see. I think we're gonna risk it. I don't know, I don't think I'm gonna risk it with Dragon Ball Z music, so I'm just gonna replay the Chrono Trigger soundtrack again. You know, I thought I might play the Dragon Ball Fighters soundtrack, but I don't know, I really don't feel like risking it tonight. I'll be honest. Oh. Yeah, I was looking like for the game music specifically, and then I remembered the composer for the Budokai games, I believe. He was caught plagiarizing, so I was like, there was a whole like controversy where he was caught like legit plagiarizing, and yeah, I do not want to get in trouble for playing plagiarized music on my stream. Alright. Oh. Alright, now that's looking a bit too fat. Ah. Gotta get the hand just right. Now it's funny, I know I said I wasn't gonna make the hand super details, but I lied. It happens. Oh, and speaking of Matt Frank, I just got the Godzilla coloring book today. The official Godzilla coloring book today, which has Matt Frank's art. Kind of want to practice traditional art, and I feel like that's going to be the best way to do it. What am I doing? It's going to be easier to work on a hand like this, so... Kind of hard to get those details in when he's like... I don't know, I think that's looking pretty good for the hand. I know I'm not an expert in anatomy or anything, so... No doubt there's gonna be some stuff I can work on, but... We're gonna make this like just a wee bit bigger. If YouTube asks, these are eyes. And this is the mouse. Don't worry. And we'll say these are Mario's swim trunks. That book looks cool to work on. Yeah. Sorry if you posted that a while ago and I didn't read it. I was busy looking at the reference. But yeah, you know, it's not just like Matt Frank's art. There's a couple of other artists, yeah. Or I say a couple, what I mean is like several artists. You know, work on it, so... Yeah, you know, looking forward to work on it. Might get my colored pencils out. I don't trust the paper to not... for the marker to use like marker and have the marker bleed. That would just suck. Because it's like how the book is printed, you know, there's art pieces on each side of the pages, so I don't want to risk like markers like bleeding through. This back foot is going to be a doozy. Because the thing is, if there's nothing, it looks weird, but the way Mario's positioned, maybe what I need to do, just draw a line. Yeah, because if the line's like down there, alright. Especially pastel markers, yeah. Yeah, so I think the safe bet is to use colored pencils in the book. I don't know, I think Mario... Well, there's still some things I would like to work on. I think Mario overall is like looking pretty good. Now I just need to find the Mario running reference. It's hard too because I don't think there's like a good one with the angle that I'm specifically going for. Let's see. Now I'm just doing like really some touch-ups here and there. Being a little perfectionist, I need to stop and focus on something else. I think I need to shrink his hand, maybe. Give this one a bit more of an angle. Let's try that. I think the more I'm going to screw with it, the worse it's going to get. Oh, I left that line in. I was confused. I just need to like. Sorry, if I don't like work on this now, it's just gonna keep bugging me. Oh, do not need to enlarge it. Alright. That's looking a bit better. At least I think it is. It's funny, this is supposed to be a stream dedicated to Akira Toriyama, but I've mostly been working on Mario. A character that Akira Toriyama did not directly make. That's why I zoom out from time to time to show Arale. Maybe one more tweak because I'm not fully satisfied. Okay, I need to fix the toes. Ah. Alright. There we go. Now I'm feeling a bit better on how Mario's looking. By the way, the only reason I have this Arale right here is because I needed a reference. And it was something I couldn't just look at Google for. I needed to like flip the image. I kinda don't need it anymore. See. I've thought about shrinking this to maybe have it so we can see Arale causing destruction, like about to cause destruction in front of her, but I don't think it's gonna work, so there's no point of shrinking it. We can show the destruction she's causing from the background of her just destroying the Mushroom Kingdom. Let's see. I probably could turn... Not that layer. Not that layer. Oh yeah, that layer. No, not that layer. There we go. Yeah, that's part of the layer I want to turn off. There's a layer that's on that I don't want on. Was it layer 3? Oh, okay. I was like, I want to get rid of this boot. Why is it still here? Alright, case solved. There we go. Rope hair is fine. That I think is on... No, not that layer. This layer. Yep, okay. Now we're getting somewhere. What have you been up to lately, Gigi? Sorry, I've been kind of silent. I've just sometimes I get into zone and it's just downhill from there. Should probably draw a little gotcha on flying next to Arale, like about here. Alright, I think I need to actually redo this path. Oh, do not want that. What time is it now? 7:33? I think I'll go on for a bit longer. Get this background sketched out. I was foolish to think that I ever thought I was ever going to get this, started and finished yesterday. I was a fool. I'm drawing kind of like sketching out a shadow right now, just sort of help me get a sense of the placement. So I think this is like one of the few times I've worked in a setting like this where everything's like curved. I want to get some, very... The reason I'm kind of going with this like curved background is just to kind of get that retro feel to this. So I think I need to like have the shadow curved as well. Good thing I have multiple layers to work on, or yikes. I feel like shadow's gonna be something I'm gonna have to work on. It's gonna just be something that's gonna be a continuous thing that's gotta be worked on. Stretch break? Yeah, I can do a stretch break. Thank you for doing that. I think I'm going to be wrapping up this stream in a few minutes. Want to move around a bit before Matt's stream starts. If he has the link set up, I'll definitely like pop that up at the end. Let's see. Let's see. Matt doesn't have anything scheduled on his YouTube yet. See. Let's check out his Twitch.
Community note about that, but everyone also pointed out that.
Oh. Sorry about that. I'm just searching up Matt Frank's Twitch. I don't think. Unless he has it in his bio. I can maybe find. I do not know where his Twitch is. Nah, he doesn't have a link for his stream setup yet. Yeah, I think I'm going to actually wrap up the stream now because mainly I just got to use the bathroom, but GG's, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I know I wasn't the most engaging host for tonight, but I was really in the zone for it. And thank you for talking about Toriyama with me. Tomorrow I'm hopefully going to be streaming part 2 of my Kamen Rider playthrough. Hey, and you know what, I'm going to just, let's see, pull it up. So yeah, this is Matt Frank's channel if you want to check it out there. That's where he's going to be streaming. I don't know where his Twitch account is. But yeah, like I said, thank you so much for hanging out with me. And if you all are watching from the future, thank you for sticking out as well. Rest in peace, Toriyama. No problem. Thanks for the stream. Yeah, of course, GG. No problem. But yeah, hopefully I can have something up for... I might have like a more dedicated Toriyama tribute in the next couple weeks or so. Yeah, you take care of you too, GG. Yeah, so anyway,